Introducing first.
I know what crash-tested wrestling fans want, okay? This audience
I
continues
want
to grow
justice.
exponentially.
He's
here already?
Oh my God, the monster is about to invade already. Justice Jones is here, and Justice Jones is angry.
Oh, no way! We start tonight with Justice Jones in the ring? He's in a match tonight? No way!
Justice Jones is kicking things off, and that means there's no more question about it. He is in the building, obviously, and you know he might be fighting here, but he's going to be looking for Aaron Xavier.
Hey, I know what the fans want, okay? This online audience is growing exponentially by the day. Our audiences for the crash-tested wrestling events online have grown by hundreds, okay? This man might be partially responsible for it, but he needs to know his role, and it's not with Aaron Xavier anymore. And tonight, he's got to start a brand new path, and it does not involve anything with MPR.
And the fans are giving Justice some love in that ring.
Well, I hate to be Justice Jones' opponent tonight. That's all I got to say.
And introducing
Valid.
his opponent. He hails from Chicago. Weighing 200 pounds, Jake Andrews.
And here comes Jake Andrews. Is this like the lamb being sacrificed? I don't know if I would want to be the guy that has to take on Justice Jones after what happened at Justified. But Jake Andrews looks confident, calm, and looks like he is ready to go. One half of the Young Guns.
Usually we see Jake Andrews in a tag team with his partner Elliot Paul, but tonight, rare singles action for Jake Andrews and an opportunity to go against one of the top stars here in CW and Justice Jones. But like you said, Steve, it's almost like a lamb being led to slaughter because
Hey,
Justice Jones
I know Jake
is gonna tear
Andrews.
him apart.
Yeah, I know Jake Andrews is crash tested, okay? He's proven himself in this ring against a number of top tag teams, and he's handled himself well. But you know, Justice Jones, in that lucked out Royal that happened months and months ago, he was dominant
Justice
for more
Jones
than half of that match, and I think he got his hands on a lot of young talents that night, and Jake Andrews took offense to that. And I think Jake Andrews wants to fight on behalf of those that were sacrificed at the hands of Justice Jones in the past. I think Jones is in for a fight here tonight. I do think so. I don't think this is going to be totally one-sided like you think, Nick.
Well, we will see right now as the fans are going wild here. It's Jake Andrews versus Justice Jones, and we are ready to roll and rumble here in Linwood.
Look, I know what the fans wanted. They want action. They want more chaos. They want the dream matches. They want the stars. We're listening to the fans, and that's what we're giving them here.
Lacelock takedown right there by Justice Jones into the front headlock there.
Justice Jones far bigger than Jake Andrews, but Jake Andrews thus far showing no fear.
Well, bigger's an understatement, okay? 6 feet 4 inches tall, darn near 275, 280 pounds, and it's all upper body mass, tons of lower body strength. This guy is balanced. He has a lot to offer in terms of being a heavyweight, but intellectually speaking, he fell into a trap at the hands of Aaron Xavier. And he is not going to be the same on his own than he was when he had Xavier on his side.
Very evenly matched so far in takedowns, and a lot of torque applied on Justice Jones's arm there a few moments ago.
Jake Andrews is a technical wrestler. He knows all of the holds, and he is...
Was that a little respect I saw being paid by Justice Jones to Jake Andrews? This is not the same Justice Jones.
This is the different Justice Jones than we're used to seeing. Usually he comes out here and just decimates opponents. We've seen him in the past put many people away with that signature frog splash move of his, and to my recollection, no one has ever kicked out of that frog splash.
It is a devastating maneuver, but Jake Andrews is bringing it right to him. He is locked in and he is focused tonight. He's looking for a victory. He doesn't care who he's fighting. He doesn't care that Justice Jones is angry. He just wants the victory.
Well, you got to talk about Justice Jones being in the spotlight these past several months, being in very high-profile matches against Mitch Blake,
Dear
Rage,
God.
against Rion Skills, against his own tag team
Dear
partner.
God, you can feel that all the way in Lansing. My goodness.
The spotlight's no longer on Justice Jones, and I think he's feeling it. He understands that he's got to win on his
Illinois
own.
checking in.
There's a lot of lessons being learned here by Justice Jones.
There's a
one
geography
at a time.
lesson being...
I got plenty of cities.
the geography
Here
lesson.
comes Shorewood.
my neck of the woods.
I know.
And Justice Jones, much like Rion Skills, they are on their
Oh,
own now without
did
any
you
managers
see that
or anybody on their
impact?
side.
Having a bit of a chop contest here between Jake and
Jake
Justice
Andrews
Jones here.
lit him up.
And a little news item to throw in there for you, Nick Swink. Elliot
We
Paul,
don't care who you're voting for president.
No,
Kermit.
Elliot Paul's not with Crash Tested Wrestling anymore. Apparently, it's just Jake Andrews on his own from the Young Guns.
Okay,
So
well,
he's got to fend for himself now too.
indeed. So he'll be in the singles title hunt. That's for sure.
So it looks like it's going to be, this is first here. It's Jake Andrews in his first singles match here at TW, but it's also Justice Jones without Aaron Xavier.
So they are both alone in the world right now.
Look
and
out, here we
The
go.
entire front row is evacuated.
Jake Andrews,
Oh my God!
suicide dive.
The entire front row has been destroyed. It was like Hiroshima after the bomb.
Jake Andrews,
Bay is running everywhere.
Jake Andrews sent Justice Jones into the second row.
There are
And-
dreadlocks
and-
literally everywhere.
and I
Did
think-
you see that?
And I think you, Cactus Jack, were the most excited out of anything that you just saw right there because you thought that this was going to be a walk in the park for Jones. It will not. It will not. This man, Jake Andrews, is going to give the fight right back to
That
Justice Jones.
pizza that has
from
been delivered
bell
to the
bell.
front row was almost eliminated. No pepperoni for you.
I like pepperoni.
Oh,
I also like the color green.
good Lord. Jake Andrews is on fire. Jake has taken it to Justice Jones in a way we never expected.
Like I said, I did not anticipate this match going this way, but Jake Andrews is showing us all that he is capable
Oh, come on,
as a
Rev.
singles
He has
wrestler.
got to have the Tri-States title in his view.
Up
with
and
a
over
performance
goes
like that.
Jones, off the ropes. Oh! Catches him with that Yakuza kick, the big boot right to the side of the head.
And the-
That could be it.
Only got a 2 count.
The nasty striking is the difference maker here, okay? I know that Jake Andrews is willing to put his body at risk in order to try to take this man down and off of his feet, but Justice Jones striking with his arms and his legs will be too much for Andrews down
My
the road.
God. You
Standing
could see
in
the
that ring,
sweat fly off of his chest when that impact happened.
standing in the ring, very few can stand up to this big man. I know that for a fact.
Jones is chopping Andrews down like a tree, blow by blow.
Here he comes.
I
He's
think
setting him up
stopping,
for that
Steve.
cannonball. Clear the deck. It's coming. Oh, instead he changes it up with the drop kick.
Yeah,
That might be it right there. One,
how many
2, only got 2. Andrews kicks out.
How many big men do you see elevate in the air and delay themselves in midair before kicking both feet right squarely into the chest and shoulders of this man?
Justice Jones, there is no question, is a freak of nature in what he can do in a ring. But right now, he is a boat adrift in a sea of uncertainty with what happened last month at Justified, whereas Andrews is in the same position, no longer being one half of the Young Guns. So we've got a very, very similar situation on both parties, and it's really made for a compelling match.
Indeed, it has. Quite the opening match here at CTW's Dead End between Jake
Again,
Andrews
there
and
are a
Justice
lot of
Jones.
there are a lot of intangibles here: technique, experience factors, size. A lot of these things definitely waver a little bit more in the favor of Justice Jones than Jake Andrews. Now, Jake Andrews has to get up. He has to create distance, create space. Being in this sort of submission hold on the mat is not going to serve Jake Andrews any sort of royalties or any sort of advantage. He's going to have the air trapped. He's not going to be able to breathe properly. He's not going to be able to respond in the ring with the right reflexes. Jones has this man figured out, and he's dissecting him body part by body part. You
A
can
chin
tell.
lock is not going to make
Jake Andrews
someone,
is trying to rally the crowd. Go ahead, Nick.
a chin lock is not going to make someone submit, but it's going to take the air out of him, take the breath out of him.
Oh, rear
And
naked choke seems to work in mixed martial arts. I don't
If
see
you
why it
can't
can't be
breathe-
used in a wrestling
If you
ring.
can't breathe, you can't fight.
Oh, look at the power of this man.
Just catches him,
Scary, imposing strength.
spins him around.
Oh.
Uranagi slam by Justice Jones.
What
just
impact.
planted him
That
right
might
on the
be all
back
she
of his
wrote.
head. Hook of the leg.
Thunderous drop. Man, I give Jake Andrews all the credit in the world for wanting to fight on under all these circumstances, but clearly he is outmatched here, and as the match continues to progress, Jake is getting weaker, Jones is getting stronger. It looks like Jones may indeed have the fans in the palm of his hands and could polish them off whenever he's ready.
Here we go. Joliet checking in. Oh, my God.
It's just kind of funny how last month the fans weren't behind Justice Jones, and suddenly we've seen this turnaround as Justice Jones has become a fan favorite seemingly overnight.
Because he got completely worked by the evil genius Aaron Xavier.
Well, you talk to
Completely
Xavier.
taken advantage of.
We all know he's not here yet, but I'm sure Xavier is going to be watching this footage. I'm sure he's on LRPlive.tv right now watching every
Precarious
move that
position
Jones
for both
makes.
men on the second turnbuckle, looking for a superplex maybe. Jake
Oh.
Andrews trying to fight his way out.
I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Xavier tries to get involved in this match.
Wait a minute, has him up in electric chair position.
Look at the power of Andrews' legs. He's hoisting a 280-pounder right here. My
Electric
goodness!
chair drop.
What
Good
a-
Lord.
What a concussive-like drop that was.
Almost broke the man's neck. Did you see his body contort?
I
Holy
would not
Toledo.
want to be on the receiving end of that. Oh,
Where did Jake Andrews find that?
Andrews has a fighting chance, gentlemen.
We are seeing things in an arsenal that we have never seen before.
We thought that Miles Mercer's upsets were incredible. What we might see right here from Jake Andrews might completely shock this entire company from its foundation.
Unbelievable fighting spirit on display from Jake Andrews. And now he just slaps him right across the face. There's a strike from Andrews. Back and forth now in the center of the ring, exchanging blows.
This is a fight.
You heard the term "some gave all." These two have given all and then some. What an opening match at Dead End.
Hell of an opening match.
If this is
between
any
these two
indication
guys.
of what's to come, we might not have any voices by the time this is done.
Soul kick, kick to the chest, forearm strike, and then another one.
What combos.
The end might be near.
Misses
Last
the
shot.
clothesline, but Jake Andrews doesn't miss his. There's a
Two
second
in a
one.
row.
Oh, you can't help but to cheer for this man, Andrews, against
Andrews
Jones
is
right
on
here.
fire right now.
The underdog story of the millennium right here.
Charges in, up and over. He goes to the apron. Oh,
Oh.
just gets caught right in the head with that knee. Here comes Jones. Through the
Slingshot.
middle rope
What?
with a
And
slingshot
we got
spear.
one. We got two. Almost
Whoa.
a 3 count. We almost had an upset of epic proportion.
Whoa,
He
Eric.
was so close.
Oh, Aaron Xavier would have probably given Jake Andrews a huge hug if he would have scored that win right there. Wow.
Andrews just launched
Wow.
himself like a javelin right into the midsection of Justice Jones with that spear.
This is eye-opening, heart-wrenching action, and this is just the opening match at Dead End. Very impressive.
I get the feeling we haven't seen the last of these two together in the ring.
Setting him up, maybe looking for a DDT. Counter by Jones. Ducks the clothesline, does Andrews.
Oh, he spiked him.
What a DDT!
That could be it. We
He's
might
not
have
moving.
1, 2.
Oh, with
my
the last
goodness.
second, Jones gets his hand on the ropes.
Whoa.
There's that veteran presence of mind by Justice Jones.
I think there were a number of fans that were under the firm belief that Jones was out for the count there. You get dropped on your head backwards and forwards in the same match from that high up. You do not get up from that.
You cannot say enough good things about the way Jake Andrews has demonstrated his skill in this match.
Jake's got to do this again. If he does it one more time, there's no way Jones gets up from that.
It
No
looks like
way.
It looks like that's what he's going for.
Turning in every single direction. This is his
Has
time.
him up.
Andrews has never had a better opportunity right
Fireman's
here.
carry
Put him
position.
away.
No, Jones escapes. Sends him in the
Oh.
buckle, just splashes him right in the corner. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming.
Cannonball!
Oh, for heaven's
And that
sakes.
might be all she wrote. The Giant climbs up to the top, and I think we know what happens next.
If that didn't crack his sternum, this will. He's on
Nobody-
the top.
Nobody gets up from this. Frog
Oh, my
splash.
goodness.
Nailed it, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
Oh,
Wait, he got it.
Did he kick out in time? Did he kick out in time? No, he did not. The match is over, and that is controversial. I don't know, gentlemen. I want to see a replay of that. I think Jake might have actually kicked out of the frog splash at the very last
Justice
split
Jones
second.
gets the pinfall victory, but that we'll have to take a look at that on replay. That was very close, Nick Swing.
Indeed, it was very close. But in the end, referee called for the 3. Justice Jones is your winner via that frog splash. And again, like I said, nobody gets up from the frog splash.
Justice Jones is calling Jamie Olsen to the ring.
That was the most competitive match I think I've seen Jones in yet. Jake Andrews gave him one heck of an amazing fight tonight. I like Jake Andrews and his chances in the future, but Justice Jones did not get his hands on the one who he really wants, and that's Aaron Xavier. But I think that's the right thing to do.
It was very close.
I have nothing to do with it, man. All right, we're going to hear what Justice Jones apparently has to say, because he has some words of encouragement that apparently he wants to issue to Jake Andrews, and he probably has a pointed message in the direction of Aaron Xavier.
Hey, listen, before I get to the business that I came here for tonight, I want to let you and everyone here tonight know that you are an up-and-coming talent in crash-tested wrestling. You took me to the limit tonight, and you deserve every bit round of applause that these great people are going to give you right now. So, from me to you, I'm telling you, let me help you up and tell you thank you, and good luck to you, buddy. You got a bright future ahead of you. Good luck
Very
to you.
classy.
That is about as good and decent an activity as you will see here between two phenomenal athletes. And Jake Andrews deserved every moment.
Now to more pressing matters. See, I wasn't supposed to wrestle in this match tonight. Somebody called and said they were too busy to show up tonight. But me, I always bring my gear to the shows. So I stepped in, took their place, and just did with him what you all were clapping for a second ago. So thank you.
Justice Jones endearing himself to the Linwood crowd.
Parents, if you have young children here tonight, please cover their ears for just a second. I'm going to get intimate with this camera over here and let him know, the cameraman, as well as Aaron Xavier, once he gets here, that his ass is mine. And don't forget, I know it was you that screwed me over last month and cost me the Tri-States title. So you better believe tonight, before this show ends, you're gonna see Aaron Xavier get his ass whooped in the middle of this ring by me, Justice Jones.
Okay, so apparently
Justice Jones is on a mission.
although Aaron Xavier's not here yet, that doesn't mean he won't be here later. And when he does